What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about one thing, and it's again something that I quite enjoy, and it's the form or genre of horror. I really enjoy watching horror films, but in my opinion, most of them are not the best examples of horror. So for example, movies like Friday the 13th, they're not scary, they can either be quite funny, or you can appreciate how good the kills are in them, but most of them are not scary. So for example, when you have Jason running around just killing people, you know what's going to happen, you can predict everything, you just have to take the kills as they are and think, oh yeah, that was quite creative, or that was quite funny, or this was quite that. In my opinion, horror films that sort of create tension, like, I know it technically is a horror film, The Woman in Black. The first time I watched that was really, really scary because I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't see the killer, I wasn't going to predict anything. Films that managed to do that and make me sort of nervy and on edge, I really like. But the ones that stick in my brain for like the next couple of days are ones that I really like. So like The Woman in Black. The first time I watched The Blair Witch Project, the new one is really good. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend watching it. But the ones that make you think about things. So like what I've just said. But that's why I don't think horror films are the best form of horror. Obviously horror novels are going to be good. Like the first time you read the It novel, like I was a bit younger when I read it for the first time, but it still scared me quite a lot. Like, I was sitting there for quite a few days, I was like, nah, something's going to happen, because I think I was like 8 or 9 when I read it. And, you know, it was very scary for me. It's like the first time, but in my opinion, the best form of horror is creepypastas, or scary sort of stories that are quite short. So, for example, like Mr. Nightmare with his scary stories, or like Creepypasta, I like to listen to him a lot. Because I have to imagine everything in my mind. So then when I'm trying to sleep like that night or something, or like then for the next week, I will be a bit uneasy. I'll be like, oh, that image will still be in my brain. Whereas if you just slasher films like Scream, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, even Nightmare on Elm Street, they don't scare me because, you know, they're not jump scares, but for the long period of time, it's not like stuck in my brain. Whereas with creepypastas, I've had to imagine that myself, so it is going to be in my brain, the character that I've created. So like the first time I listened to Jeff the Killer, like that's not scary at all now, because everyone knows, well, like it's a common thing of what he looks like, or like the Rake, what does he look like. The famous ones I am not a big fan of, because you already know, like but the first time I watched Jeff the Killer was a long time ago, and it did scare me for a long time, because I didn't know what he looked like, and I had to imagine this whole little thing in my brain. But now obviously I know exactly what it looks like with the Chelsea smile and the eyelids. It doesn't really scare me that much anymore. Whereas stuff like A Story for My Son, that is really creepy. Stuff like that, stuff where you have to imagine the things in your mind, or like the first time I watched or listened to The Rake, I was imagining this thing at the end of my bed, and I was sitting there and I was like, this is just creepy, this is really, really creepy. And that's why, in my opinion, creepypastas are the best form of horror.